Angela is in high demand. In between final alterations, she's selling the clothes before they make it to the catwalk.
Le forme sono più arrotondate, sono morbide, sono scostate dal corpo, i volumi, proprio il grosso cambio di questa collezione, o comunque l'evoluzione dalla collezione scorsa dell'inverno, dove abbiamo già cominciato ad avere dei volumi.
Today, it will be the critics who will decide if Angela's designs will pay off. Candy Pratt-Price is the editor of Style.com and one of the world's leading fashion critics.
This show today is incredibly important to them. They're having sort of a comeback. They never really left, but they have the whole new younger generation of Missonis who are doing things a little different or maybe experimenting in areas that family hadn't done before. They're very good at showing up in like a clan. This is not a designer, this is a whole family.
For Angela, family is everything. Today's catwalk show is a continuation of what her parents started 53 years ago.
I believed in what my parents had invented because they really made an invention. I haven't invented anything. They left a very precise vocabulary made of color and pattern and a way of lifestyle that I interpret in my way. So I'm very grateful to them.
It's 5 minutes until showtime. It's anarchy backstage and the pressure begins to show.
Sorry, if you stay out of the way.
At last, out of the chaos, the moment Angela has been working towards. Backstage, Angela's brothers are the first to congratulate her. Best of all, the critics seems to be impressed.
The whole color, it's been unique to any other collection. The buyers and the retailers, of course, make sure to run and buy it because the customer's going to want it.
In the following months, fashion reviews reveal that Angela's soft flowing clothes have been a triumph. And the Missoni Family Factory's Made in Italy label is assured. In Siena, at last the day of the world's most dangerous horse race has arrived. It's the day of the Palio. Already the crowds are pouring into the center of the Piazza del Campo. They have a long, thirsty wait until the race starts in the late afternoon. Palio jockey Alberto takes advantage of the backstreet calm to connect with his horse. He has only ever ridden Zodiac twice before. To win the 90-second sprint, both rider and horse will need to react as one.
Zodiac is a very unique horse. He's a very charismatic and fierce animal. This morning we've been doing some work and I've already seen an improvement since yesterday. certainly in the way he gallops. Just now I've been fine-tuning his reactions so that we can get the best possible start.
Per la gestione della partenza.
At 10 o'clock, the people of the Lupa neighborhood march toward their 15th century church for the blessing of their jockey and their horse. Attended by the entire neighborhood, the energy is electric.
The ideal horse must be very calm and determined, because the race is very stressful.
Perché il palio è molto stressante.
The horse can count on me and I can count on him. For us, the palio is a battle.
Insomma.
Then, with the other 10 competing neighborhoods, they move toward the central square. This is how each neighborhood went into battle 700 years ago. Twisting through the narrow streets toward the racetrack, they gather supporters along the way. "60,000 people are packed in the Piazza del Campo. The seats around the track are mostly reserved, held dynastically by the families of Siena. Alberto rides onto the track with Zodiac. He carries the hope of generations from the Lupa neighborhood. And he carries his own lifelong ambition. Ahead of him is the most dangerous track of any horse race in the world. Its sharp turns and tricky surface breaks horses' legs and jockeys' hearts. The winner will be the first horse to cross the finish line after 3 laps. The race will be over within 90 seconds, but it will live with the winning neighborhood forever. On the second lap, disaster. A jockey falls in front of Alberto. He has no chance. He falls too. The Bruco neighborhood crosses the line first, and the crowd surges onto the track. For the winning neighborhood, ecstasy. They carry their prize of the banner back to their local church. For them, it represents much more than victory. It is an omen of good fortune that promises to change their lives forever. For the losing neighborhoods, anguish and bitter disappointment. In the confusion, Alberto is taken away in an ambulance. No one knows the extent of his injuries. Close to midnight, good news. Miraculously, Alberto has only suffered bruising, and he's able to return to the Lupa neighborhood. The horse also escaped injuries. His closest friends console him in the same square where he was exalted just hours before. Tomorrow, plans for the next Palio will begin. Undaunted, Alberto will have another chance to realize his dream. At the end of February each year, the city of Venice shrugs off the winter gloom and explodes into color with the arrival of Carnevale. It was first organized 800 years ago as an extravagant party before the abstinence of Lent. Now the Carnival of Venice is a celebration of colorful costumes rather than religion. Each day, a parade is held in San Marco Square, where anonymous carnival goers show off their handmade outfits to an audience of thousands. Venetians first put on costumes to escape the constraints of everyday life. For a few weeks, servants became masters. Rich and poor were equal. Now the silent masqueraders, weaving between tourists, are a reminder of the city's captivating mystery. 500,000 visitors pour into the city to witness this romance of disguise. For the locals, it's one of the busiest times of the year, and Alessandro Mozzato wants to get to work. He is on his way to find out if he has passed the gondolier exam.
If everything has gone well, I'll be able to start working as a gondolier.
Sono molto emozionato. Nervoso no.
I'm very excited. I'm anxious. I can't wait to find out.
Vedo l'ora di saperlo.
His mentor, Doriano, wants to give him the news face to face.
Comunque ce l'hai fatta, dai. Quei sforzi sono stati buoni, ce l'abbiamo fatta a farti diventare gondoliere, dai.
Va bene.
Così mi insegnerai un po' a vogare, no?
Dai, esagerato.
Ok, dai. Ciao.
Buon lavoro.
Ciao, complimenti.
Grazie mille.
Gondoliere. Ciao.
Salve. Bene, bene. È stata una grande emozione. Per fortuna è andato tutto bene.
It's been very emotional, but luckily everything's gone well. I gave it my all and I did well in the exam. I did hope that I passed, but to have it confirmed, it's wonderful.
Però avere la conferma è stato bello.
After 3 years of study and training, Alessandro's dream of becoming a gondolier has come true. It is a dream his wife, Erika, has shared with him from the start. It means that he and his young family can stay and live in Venice. The Carnevale of Venice is in full swing, and the city's 425 gondolieri are in great demand. And Alessandro is qualified to start at once. On the other side of Venice, Antonia Sauter is the first to give him a call. Antonia is organizing the most exclusive party of the carnival. And she needs a gondolier to deliver one of her handmade costumes to a guest.
Ciao Alessandro.
Come va?
Tutto bene?
Sì, tutto bene.
Pronti per la grande festa allora?
Prontissimi, sono venuto a ritirare il vestito.
Eccolo qui.
Perfetto.
Questo è il corno togale. Questo è bello.
Perfetto.
Il corno togale.
The ball begins in just 4 hours' time, and there are still hundreds of costumes that have to get to her clients.
I'm very worried. I try not to show how worried I am, but this is part of the whole adventure. I'm always worried about not being really able to make people dream. This is my only concern. If they will be able to dream, I will be very happy.
Antonia's flamboyant costumes are based on 17th century Venetian fashion and take up to 3 weeks to hand stitch. While late additions to the guest list choose their outfits, Antonia transforms into her own carnival character. Alessandro's final call on his first day at work is to deliver Antonia to her ball.
Ciao Alessandro, buonasera.
The Venetian Carnevale has always offered the world a chance to escape. It's a time when Italy's most magical city becomes enchanted. Each of the 500 guests arrives by gondola and joins the party to the Grand Canal entrance doors, just as Venetian aristocracy would have 600 years ago. Inside, a fantasy world stretches over 3 floors where performers are indistinguishable from guests, each acting in the glamorous Venetian theater of disguise. It is a step back in time that's keeping the traditions of Venice alive. For both Antonia and Alessandro, it is a tradition, which is also a privilege, that they have worked hard to be part of. All Italians are custodians of some of the greatest treasures of the Western world. But if they don't continually look forward, they will be left behind. Italy might yet become one giant tourist attraction, preserved but no longer alive. But Italy's success has been to breathe life into even the oldest tradition. For the horseman Alberto Riccieri, the 700-year-old Palio continues to be the ultimate challenge. Marica Diana has become the latest champion of Italian motorsport and of Italian women. On Italy's highest peaks, Maurizio Vincenzo stands at a new frontier that has opened to Europe. As Michele Rallo is ready to earn his living underwater, just as Sicilians did 2,000 years ago. Angela Missoni has maintained the Italian tradition of family business on the world stage. And Alessandro's training as a gondolier has assured his family's future in Venice. Italians tread a narrow path between embracing the modern and cherishing her past, her natural beauty, her arts, and her architecture. For Italy is the essence of Western civilization.